get a lot of questions around living annuities specifically and the inclusion of hedge funds in living annuities as a value add for clients in the post-retirement space. So it's not really how much your investments go up or down that matters. It's when those up and downs happen. So if I can use an example to talk about what's called sequence risk. Imagine you have to climb a hill while carrying a big bucket of water. If the climb is smooth at first and gets maybe a little bit rocky towards the end, you're probably going to make it just fine with most of your water in the bucket at the end of the journey. However, if it's bumpy right from the start, there's a very good chance that you might spill most of that water even before you really get going. So to put that in investment terms, it's important, especially when you're taking money out, like in retirement, that bad returns don't happen early along the way, because they can cause more damage than bad returns later, even if the average return is the same. That's sequence risk, the risk that losses happen at the worst possible time in your withdrawal plan. And I think the value of a hedge fund is that we put a lot of focus on saying that the journey matters. We want to manage that volatility. We want to manage that sequence risk, and we have the toolkit to do that. So in something like a living annuity, you can find that it adds a huge amount of value. And what I've got for you here, just as an example, is to say that consistency really does produce better annuity outcomes for post-retirement investors. So the assumptions we've used here is to say you invested initial 1 million Rand, you're drawing a monthly income of roughly 6% or 5,000 Rand at the start, and that's escalating annually at 6%. And what you can see here is that because of that smoothing of the ride and because of that downside protection, you get a significantly better outcome from something like a hedge fund that is able to manage that sequence risk for you than if you were to expose your portfolio to the full movements of the market at large. So I think in this space, it's definitely been something that we found a lot of advisors have had a lot of appetite for and a lot of happy clients, particularly in living annuities where we are able to manage that journey for them.